Adam, I tell you what, man, this is what you're uncovering is some very disturbing stuff. Now, on this show, I'm consistently telling people they got to be careful. Now, I was on social media recently, and I compared things like social emotional learning to critical race theory. It's just rebranding and renaming. Welcome to the show. I want you to tell me what it is you're finding.
Well, we've done hidden camera investigations in dozens and dozens and dozens of school districts across the country, primarily rural areas, primarily Republican areas. And what we found, even in states in which critical race theory has been banned, they're still teaching it. And I'll tell you, the attitude of these administrators and of these teachers is that, to me, the school board doesn't even necessarily matter. Because, as you said, these folks are going to repackage it and rebrand it or just outright ignore the law. It's morally outrageous.
So I've talked with a number of people, and people have responded to me on social media when I bring this up, and they say, where is this happening? What examples have you seen?
So we were in Idaho and Tennessee most recently. We've released those videos on our website, aim.org. And what we saw consistently, as you said, administrators telling us that we're not going to let the law tell us what to do. We're not going to let the politicians tell us what to do. We do what we want in this district. These are the kinds of things that administrators, highly paid administrators of public schools, tell us. And then, as you alluded to, many of them say, well, they caught on to social and emotional learning being a Trojan horse for critical race theory. One gal said, well, now we just call it mental health. Who's against mental health? So they literally rebranded from critical race theory to social emotional learning, then to mental health. Others have told us outright, we're still teaching critical race theory. We're just not going to call it critical race theory. Yeah. And again, it speaks to, I don't know how you stop it. You could ban it. You could have the school board, but these folks are going to do what they want.
Well, as long as we're consistently and continually putting ideologues into positions of influence, especially over our kids' lives with the schools, this is what is being packaged. This is the curriculum that's being proposed, and this is the curriculum that's being pushed. You can call it, as you said, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you can call sexual education gym class and get away with it in this day and age because it's all in how you label this thing. And, you know, we showed our viewers in the last segment, we showed them the clips that you ran. I mean, the audacity of this, people say, well, it's not a full-blown thing. And I keep saying, look, you know, it's like going to the farmer's market and you see a little piece of, you know, a spot on a piece of fruit. You know, today's spot is tomorrow's rot. It may start out as a small thing that we excuse and sweep under the rug, but then all of a sudden you got a full-blown problem like CRT. People have come at me consistently about calling social emotional learning what it is. It's not the teacher's role to teach identity politics to your child in a school system, and you guys are uncovering that. What do you think people need to be doing, not only to be aware, but to take action against things like this?
That's a great question. First off, the other one we saw, you kind of alluded to, Newsella. In states where they outright banned the 1619 Project, which is that package of lies from the New York Times. Instead, these schools sign up for a service called Newsella. Sounds innocuous, harmless enough. Well, Newsella just shares 1619 Project content, literally, into the classrooms. It's bonkers. But the solution is school choice. It's the only way around this. Because I'll tell you, meeting these administrators, I think in so many ways people view their teachers, they view their school district the same way they view their congressman. Congress as a whole, incredibly unpopular. Nobody likes Congress. But they want to believe my congressman's the good guy. It's the same thing with these administrators. You talk to them one-on-one, they're nice, friendly, swell people who I think mean well. But what they view as well for your kid might not be the same thing that you view as well for your kid. The only solution is school choice. And the biggest obstacle to that, rural Republicans. Rural Republicans in Idaho, in Tennessee, in Texas, consistently block school choice because the biggest employers in their district usually is public education. What we need people to do is lean on their rhino Republicans who are terrified of getting unions upset at them, terrified of getting public administrators upset at them. Lean on these rural Republicans and get them to support school choice. Our schools are inherently broken and families deserve a way out.